So I'm back with another episode of Top 5 Mods. It's week 20 of Fallout 4's release. The first add-on has been released, the Automatron. It's about a bunch of wacky robots, so you can have your very own robot friend. But I'm not here to talk about mere add-ons, I'm here to talk about mods. So let's get started. Coming in at number 5 is Portable Sleeping Bag. The new survival mode is coming out as a beta on Steam next week. Now in this mode you can't fast travel, so you're gonna have to plan out your journeys a lot more, so it makes sense to wait around somewhere when it gets dark. The only problem in a vanilla game is that you can't just wait anywhere. You either have to be sitting somewhere or sleep in a certain place to pass the time. So for this reason, having a portable sleeping bag with you kinda makes sense. I mean, if I was setting out on a journey, I'd probably take one of those with me. So this mod is pretty simple. It adds in a sleeping bag to your inventory in the MISC tab. The only thing you have to do is find a nice and cozy spot and drop it, and when you sleep on it, it will automatically be added back into your inventory. It's a nice, simple, and nifty mod. Now you can truly go on a camping trip. At number 4 we've got Enclave X-02 Power Armor. So the Enclave is strangely absent in Fallout 4. They were a pretty big part of Fallout 3. There was a few Enclave members roaming about in New Vegas, but in Fallout 4 there is only about one reference to them, and then you can find the X-01 Power Armor, but that is it. Anyways, this mod brings over the X-02 Enclave Power Armor from Fallout 3 to Fallout 4. It works like any other power armor in the game. It's made up of individual pieces. You piece them together on a skeleton and you can wear it. Overall it looks very good. It's got a nice and dark finish. It's got some hoses and some horn looking thingies as well. If you like the look of the power armor in Fallout 3, you will not be disappointed. Now you can make Post-Armageddon America great again, in style. At number 3 we've got Nuclear Perk's Hardcore Perk Tree Overhaul. So this is a major perk overhaul mod. It modifies hundreds of perks, adds in ranks to existing perks, and also adds in entirely new perks. It allows for a more hardcore player experience in anticipation for the upcoming survival mode. You can also become more specialized in a certain playstyle. So a brief overview of what this mod actually does. When you start the game, you start out with one special point in each category, and you do not get the special book at the start. Instead, during the first few levels you'll get more perk points. At higher ranks of some perks you'll get more benefits but also cons. So for example, in the highest rank of the Big League perk, you'll do a lot more damage with melee weapons, but with anything that is not a melee weapon you'll do less damage. Lastly, at very high levels you also get access to Mastery perks, which are really strong perks, but you only get 5 mastery points total, so your selection is quite limited there. Overall, this mod is a lot to take in. You'll probably have to sit there for a few minutes and figure out what the author is actually on about, but when you get it, the mod does make sense. With this you can specialize your character a lot more than in the vanilla game. In the vanilla game, when you level up high enough, you just become a master of all trades. With this mod, you choose your perks around the type of character you want to play. So it is a major overhaul, so it's for those who want a more hardcore experience. It's also advised to use this mod with a new game instead of using an existing save. So if you're thinking about starting a new game and you want a more hardcore experience, then this is definitely a mod you want to be taking a look at. At number 2 we've got Take Cover, which, well, allows you to take cover. Who would have guessed? You get a little config tool in your aid section which allows you to tweak a few things. You also get a hotkey thingy in your aid section, so the way it works is you find a formidable piece of cover, like a highly explosive car, and you press your cover hotkey to take cover. If your cursor was below eye level when pressing the hotkey, you crouch behind the cover, and if your cursor was above eye level, you stand behind the cover. And lastly, if you press your hotkey while moving forward, you actually vault over the cover, depending on whether or not you toggle that setting. So it is a pretty cool mod. Normally only NPCs can use this cover system. Now it's available for you. But yeah, you can definitely use this to your advantage. It is pretty glitchy though, as it was not made to be used by the actual player. A lot of times you'll be shooting your piece of cover, or you'll have trouble getting in and out of it. But if you're a fan of third-person cover shooters, then this mod is definitely something for you. And at number 1 this week we've got Basement Living, Bunker, and Basement Player Homes with Standalone Workshop. You know, some people say the longer the mod name, the better the mod. In this case, that might be true. Anyways, the question here is, do you want to have your very own place to live without any needy settlers that constantly ask you for food and take your shit? Without Preston, who's always telling you what to do, telling you to go save this settlement, that settlement, every freaking settlement out there? Well then this mod has you covered. It adds in 10 bunker and basement homes. To access these, you simply craft a hatch at a settlement, and this hatch will allow you to travel to your very own secure underground shelter. You can fully decorate these shelters. Each shelter also comes in with a fuse box for some power, and a little settings box that allows you to turn off the light and fog. So most of these homes are pretty much just concrete holes in the ground, which you can decorate to actually be something nice. There's also the option for the torture cave, if you're feeling adventurous. But yeah, now you can proudly live in a basement, I guess. Well, that was it for the top 5, but we can't go through life without bonus mods. So I've got some bonus mods here. Anyways, sometimes in life you just have to fight off a bunch of disgusting Mirelurk queens that are closing in on your location. Now you might be thinking, no, a fat man will do. Well no, it's not enough. You need something more effective to take out these absolutely disgusting creatures. You need a target seeking fat man. It's pretty self-explanatory, you just right click and lock on a target and the fat man will do the rest for you. Works like a charm. The only problem here is that these disgusting Mirelurk queens spray acid at you, so you need some clothing that is corrosion resistant. So what better than a fully functioning spacesuit? It's good enough for spaceman, so it's good enough for acid. Unfortunately, this thing is not soundproof, so when the Brotherhood shows up with another one of their loud-ass vertibirds, you're forced to shoot it down. And in the end, there might be some stains on your spacesuit, but those should come right off if you just scrub hard enough. Anyways, that was it for this week's mods. Some very solid mods in there yet again. I might not be able to cover the next few weeks as I'm probably gonna be busy. I'm finishing up this mechatronics project. The GoPro gimbal is working well enough at this point. And after I wrap that one up, I've got midterms, so yeah. Anyway, still hope to see you next time, whenever that might be. See, I kinda wasted about an hour to 90 minutes of my life today, and apparently the problem here was the digital port on this breadboard / fake Arduino. We were trying to build this very simple switch case system with just one switch, a binary switch. And it was just not working at all, just errors left and right, COM port errors, just so many errors, and it turns out it was the digital port. Apparently digital port 1 on these fake Arduinos is some kind of weird port, it just doesn't work properly. So yeah. The lesson to be learned here is just don't buy a breadboard, just don't do it. This is like an anti-sponsorship, I'm actively telling you not to go buy a product. Anyways, that was it for this week's rambling, I just had to get that one out of my system. Whenever you build a switch, just make sure it's not connected to port 1. That's a very important lesson in life here. But yeah, I'll shut up about breadboards now, as I'm assuming that you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So yeah, anyways, go watch the video in the bottom left corner, and remember to subscribe as well, that one is very important. If I got some extra time left, I might actually be able to create a video, a battle video with these automatron robots. That might be interesting. Anyways, until next time.